Well, hello again. My camera is going to be a little bit wobbly today because I'm going to do some different things and show you some things in my homeschool, but just bear with me. I am no professional YouTuber. I am very technologically ignorant. So just be patient with me. I'm going to try to do the best I can and hopefully just get the information out to you that you need. It's been really fun to hear from some of you, to have phone calls. I've even had a couple people over to see my homeschool setup, and I just wanted to make this video today because one of the things that I feel like I've been hearing is, how do you structure your day? How do you organize your curriculum, your stuff? And so some of you have come over and actually seen how I do that, but I thought, why don't I just make a video? And then if it's interesting to anybody, you can see it that way. I've heard from a couple of you who've already started your homeschool year that you are just having great success this week. And man, I can't tell you how happy that makes me. I'm here with any questions, and it's just been really fun to walk through this process with some of you. So, today I just kind of want to talk about how we personally structure our homeschool day. Keep in mind that your family is going to be different. You're going to have different age children. This is just one way to structure a homeschool day. This is not the way to structure a homeschool day. I have a second and a third grader. So some of you may have more children that you're homeschooling at the same time, and so you need to, do something differently. Some of you have smaller kids, and so, really just, you need to do what works for your family as far as your schedule, but I'll just share with you kind of from my perspective, and so I'll jump right in. What we do in the morning, I'm actually sitting on the couch that we sit on. So we eat breakfast, and at the breakfast table, we work on, we memorize a scripture each week because that's important to us. And we also work on a geography song. So we're trying to memorize all the names of the countries of the world. And so we're going through some geography songs, which is really fun, and we're memorizing those countries. And that's pretty much what we do at the breakfast table. And then we move here to the couch, and I'm going to flip my camera. This is kind of my first time doing this. So right here on my coffee table, I keep all of our current homeschool books that we're going to be using for that particular week. So, we're sitting right here on the couch, and we have our books right here. These are the books that I'm going to read to them and the books that they're going to read to me. And it helps me to have them in kind of one centralized location. Some people put them in a basket. Different people do different things, but it helps me to have them nearby because I'm lazy. And if I don't have them nearby, I'm going to forget to do them. So the other thing that my kids check first thing in the morning is their chores. Part of having a homeschool, and I'll probably do a whole video about this, but part of having a homeschool is you're home all day and your kids are home all day. And so, they need tasks to do. So my kids check this each morning. It has each of their names and the 4 chores that they're responsible for doing that day. And then we just mark them off as they do them. Part of, in addition to their chores, I actually have another sheet under here. And they have to do, let me see if I can get in here. They have to do a morning routine, which is getting ready for the day, getting dressed, brushing their teeth, brushing their hair, all that kind of stuff. They get a point for approaching school with a good attitude. They're 4 chores, and then we do something called evening roundup. And evening roundup is just getting the house back in order before we go to bed. So this I would like to show you because this is my planner that I use. It is called, I'm going to switch this. I don't know what this is doing to your view, so hopefully I'm not giving you whiplash, but it's called the Well Planned Day. It's a homeschool family planner, and this is what I use. And each day you can see this is this week's that we're working on, and it's the days of the week up here. And then there's enough room for each of my kids. And so this lists what we're going to do for Bible, what we're going to do for math, what we're going to do for history and geography, what we're going to do for science, what they're each going to read to me that day, what they're going to do for language arts and handwriting, and then what I'm going to read to them that day. And so I feel like some people think this is kind of duplicating the work because most of your curriculum is going to come with an instructor's manual. And I just take those instructor's manuals because I have, 4 or 5 of them, one for math, one for language arts for each of the kids, one for history and one for science. And so I just take all of those on Sunday and I input all of the information from those instructors' guides into just 1 week at a glance planner. For me, that helps to have it all in one central location because, again, I say I'm just lazy, and if it's not right in front of me, it's going to be hard for me to do it. So honestly, it only takes to write out 1 week. It takes me maybe 20 minutes or maybe a little more. And I do a few weeks at a time when I sit down because I have all the instructor's guides. And so I just kind of move ahead and start inputting the next few weeks. So I'm going to take you, I don't know how messy my house is, so I'm going to take you this way. And this is my homeschool closet. So we live in a very small house. We live in California, and this is just a very small little closet that we have. And this is where I keep all of our homeschool materials. Try to keep them pretty organized. I keep them labeled. These bins are each different subjects. This is language arts for Isaac, language arts for Isla, science, read alouds, and history and geography. And then my instructor's manuals are up here. And then these are all just like educational books that I've picked up at thrift stores or used bookstores. But what I want to show you is this, and this has been probably my saving grace with homeschooling. This is my crate is what I call it, and I have a folder in here for each week of the school year. So I have 36 folders in here, and in each folder, so this is week 3, this is this week, there's a smaller folder with Isla's name, my daughter, and Isaac's name. So what I do is I rip up all of their workbooks that I get and sort them by week. So, in my instructor's guide, I know that they need to do 5 math worksheets per week. So in each of the weeks for each child, I put 5 math worksheets. And then same with, handwriting and language arts and science. And so that week, then I can just grab this folder out, and I know these are all of the worksheets that we're going to have to do this week. And so each morning, they're very easily accessible for either the kids to find on their own because I have it written in my planner, or, for me to just pull out their little stack each day and give it to them. So this has been a huge saving grace. I don't keep a bunch of different worksheets laying around. Every piece of work that they're going to do is in here. I've made the photocopies I need to make. I've added the additional coloring sheets or whatever that they're going to need to go with their curriculum. So, yeah, that's kind of what I do to keep us organized. And then finished work goes right back into their folder. And then at the end of the year, I can very easily kind of go through here and pick out some samples of their work to create these yearly binders. And I just put samples of their work in each grade binder. I don't keep a lot. I'm going to flip it back to me. Okay. I don't keep a lot of their work just because we're a military family and we move a lot. And so I feel like it would be just a lot of extra bulk. So I just keep some samples in case the state whatever state we're living in would ever need to see work samples, or honestly, just for my own gratification to see how far they've come from the beginning of the year to the end. So, as far as the schedule goes, we start off on the couch. We do our books that I read aloud to them first. So we call those our read alouds. That is included in that would be history, geography, science read alouds, and any videos that we need to watch for science. And then let me think, Bible. I read to them from the Bible each morning. And then let me think what else. Oh, just like whatever our read aloud book is that we're reading, like our fiction book. So, and then we break off at that point. So that's probably about 45 minutes. Sometimes, it's less, sometimes it's more. But during that time, I've already shared in previous videos, during that time, the kids can play with small toys like Lego or Play-Doh or something that they would like to play with to keep their hands busy. They can kind of move around. I let them go lay on another couch or snuggle up with me or sit, lay on the floor, whatever makes them feel the most comfortable while I'm reading, because it is a lot of reading. And then we break off. And so I work with each of them for about an hour individually. Whatever child is working with me first, the other one goes and does whatever they want to do. They can do their chores at that point. They could read silently. They could play. They could go for a bike ride. And so I work individually on their own level of language arts, math. We answer some science questions together. And then, is that it? Language arts, math, science, handwriting, which is part of language arts, but they do handwriting then. And so I work with the one and I give them my attention. It's not like 100% instruction time. There's some instruction involved in it, but it's more, I'm right there if they have any questions. I might need to do a little bit of instruction, but I have my own book, I have my cup of coffee, and I'm sitting there with them just as a presence. And so then we swapped today. Man, it was like a half hour each kid. It really went fast. And then I swap kids and I work with that one and I give them my undivided attention for any issues that they might have or instruction that they might need. So then we're done. We usually finish before lunch. We eat lunch together and then we move on with our day. So maybe in the afternoon might be a science experiment together, or maybe we'll finish up a read aloud that we didn't have time to do. Oh, I forgot to mention, while I'm working individually with each child, the other one usually will pop over to the couch. Our house is really small, so we're not like working very far from each other, but the other one will do their reader to me. So they usually have like a chapter or so of a chapter book that they need to read aloud to me. And I'm there to help them with any questions that they might have or words that come up that they don't understand or whatever. So every day it's pretty much the same thing. I read to them, they read to me. We work individually on their own level of math and language arts, and then that's it. So, yes, I don't know if I've covered everything I want to cover, but I think I did, and there will be more videos. So let me know if you have any questions about this video or any upcoming topics that you'd like for me to talk about. Thanks. Have a great day.